This is Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures coming to you from the floor of the CME here in Chicago. We're looking at the grain markets, and if you couldn't tell by the necktie, it was a USDA day, and we got some good news in the corn market, something that the bulls desperately were searching for. We got a friendly carryout number, which encouraged some new buyers to step into the market, but I think more importantly was encourage some short covering. If we're able to get some follow-through momentum going into the weekend, I think this sets us up into a good spot going into next week's trade. Technical barrier that we want to see it close out above to wrap up the week, 360. I think if we're able to achieve consecutive closes above this, we encourage additional short covering to take us towards 376 to 380. Now, moving over to the soybeans, a little bit different of a story. We actually saw a bearish number. We saw a bigger carryout number on lower exports with regards to the trade war. So that originally sold off the market, but we saw some buyers step into the market, which I think is encouraging going forward. The fact that we could not break down on a bearish report is bullish in our mind. Defended the 850 level, which I think is psychologically significant. With that said, there's still a lot of work to do on the chart for these bulls. Remember, the bottom is a process, not necessarily a point. So we're going to want to see, again, additional carryover momentum into the weekend. 866 to 870 is the pocket of resistance the bulls desperately want to close out above. If they're able to do this, I think we could potentially see some short covering take us a little closer towards $9. I think from the demand side of things, global demand, sure, China isn't going to be that big of a buyer as they generally are, but I think that demand rather shifts. Now, with the Brazilian beans at $1.50 premium to the U.S., we're going to encourage those buyers to look to the U.S., and I think one of the big ones is going to be the EU. That's going to be something to keep a very close eye on as we go into the back half of the year. Now, wrapping things up with the wheat market, wheat also catching a bid. Very nice to see. We've been relatively bearish over the past several weeks against technical resistance at 516. Hit our target down 475 to 480. In our morning reports, we mentioned this is a good place to reduce shorts. We're looking to sell rally. So a failure to break out above $4.97 to $5 keeps the bears in control, and a retest of 475 I think accelerates the selling. Retest of the December lows down near 450. So that's what we're looking at. That's what you should be looking at too. This has been Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures from the floor of the CME.